Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come to you briefly today. I said I speak very briefly. I will address the issues of the real stories of the Olympian gods, the ones that are known as the Greek mythological gods. But before that, we need to understand that the universe is far older than we believe, and there is all kinds of histories and things that we do not know. To understand that the Earth has been inhabited by spiritual presence for 1 billion years, and there is a million years of human history that's been cut out from memory, so to speak, as the time of Atlantis, 12,000 years ago. There's been humankind has been sanctioned, and memory was erased. We had to restart everything from the Stone Age. But there is all those stories that are still remaining, that can be known through the Bible, the Torah, the mythologies, all kinds of mythologies, and all those stories have a place within have a relationship to some of the things that really happened into the evolution of humanity. And so the understanding is that about 100,000 years ago there was the golden age of Atlantis, and that civilization was, and there was also a golden age in Egypt about 40,000 years ago, and another one in Greece and in Persia. There was all kinds of incredible development of society that we only know through mythology. And so it was revealed that the 100,000 years ago, maybe something like that, there was a group of 12 Cassiopeians, higher beings, six-dimensional beings from Cassiopeia, that was Zeus and his family, that was traveling through the galaxy in a starship, and they got informed that this planet, the Earth, had been taken over by a group of Titans that were Cassiopeians. I assume were Cassiopeians as well, and that they would enslave the human race, and so they felt the responsibility to come and rescue them, and so they came there, and they realized that humans were voluntarily enslaved to those people, to those beings, to those entities. And so they incorporated a dualistic form that will allow them to interact with humanity and move to the Greek people, and they move through that. It is working from within that they were able to encourage the people to help, because they needed the humans to get rid of the Titans, and slowly but surely they managed to overthrow the Titans, which they trapped within the Earth at first. And so, but now everything has been solved, and so the understanding. So in essence, Zeus did create the cosmic order, as it is shown in mythology. Of course, there is a great deal of adaptation to the human consciousness for when it was revealed. It had to be understandable to the human consciousness. So a lot of things have been adapted, but there is great subtleties and incredible wisdom and knowledge that can come from studying those 30 Greek texts, those older. Those classical texts, as they reveal all kinds of things about a time that we forgot, but also when the Christ came in, all of those entities, all sorts of spirit entities that were working on the earth, ascended to a new level and work on a more subtle plane. And so now those entities are working through the astrology. But they are incredible beings. They are here to return to us our power for those understanding that they have achieved, as it is explained in mythology, a certain mastery over the hologram of life. So they could do things that normal mortals couldn't do. At the time, mortals had to remain within their place, and the gods were gods. But now we moved into something that's far greater, the unity consciousness. One is all and all is one. So we know that all of those beings and entities are also part of the process of reintegrating divinity. And so there is absolutely no conflict between the truth that Jesus brought of the total unity and eternal beingness of the Paradise Trinity, of the Universal Father, and yet in the universe there are all kinds of beings that have achieved all kinds of powers, because we are created as God, and so the understanding is that the true God is within ourselves, but then there are also other forces within the universe that we can use, because those forces are benevolent, to help us to reintegrate certain of our power and abilities. And so those are known as the forces of astrology, but they are associated with personal consciousness. When astronomy has determined the names of those planets, they use mostly the Latin name rather than the Greek names, but some planets have two planets that would rule them. I'm going to show it briefly in the painting behind me. For instance, Jupiter is this magnificent, the biggest planet of our solar system. It is almost a star. It could become a star again. And it is the Lord of the sky. It is this, and it is the power of Zeus that is expressed through that. With the main moon, were called after those women that that Zeus loved, Callisto, Io, Ganymede, and Europa, probably as well. And there are 63 moons, so there's a great big system. Yet Zeus is represented by a trans-Neptunian object that is a faraway planet. But some of those trans-Neptunian planets are very, very powerful, and we'll come to understand that. I've been working mainly with Metis today, Metis and Tethys as well, Zeus as well. Those are powerful forces and entities that we are reconnecting to all those energies. For all of them have different gifts to give, and now there is no more the polarization of those beings. They were highly polarized when they were on the earth because of the mission they were involved in, but now they are completely ascended into a new level, and so they're really a powerful help of benevolent force. So we can call on those entities, those Greek gods, but is this true for the Egyptian gods or the Celtic gods or all kinds of all the mythologies have their higher energetic life and a higher life force. Some of them are negative or positive, but they are integrated within the whole. And all those mythologies and ideas are like paintings on the wall. Each painting is unique and different. Sometimes there is the color that match, but sometimes it doesn't match. And God is the creator of them all. You are the creator as you understand that, and you project those understanding and use it within your life. So all of it is quite interesting, and those are the things that we'll be working with, all kinds of energies. Whenever we are open to understanding something, that there is the possibility of integrating higher energies, then you become humble and you receive and you work with the energies. And so this is the card of the day, working with the energies, the card of participation. We become participant within the greater flow of our life, but we are just one actor within this greater unfoldment that is life. I'm going to show a little bit of this painting here. What's quite interesting is a painting I did of the solar system, and those find their place. Those are trans-Neptunian objects. One is Zeus, the lord of the sky, Hades, lord of the underworld, and Poseidon, lord of the waters. And then here you have Kronos, which is the father of them all, and Uranus, who's the grandfather. And then, of course, there is many Saturn, who is also Kronos. And he's got Cetis, and Rhea, who's also Rhea that's his wife, in a sense, which is also known as Cybele. And Cybele is another trans-Neptunian object. Here we have Pluto, which is Hades, which is the lord of the underworld. Charon, who's the guide that people have to pay when they go into hell. They have to go across the Styx, the river Styx. Kerberos is a symbol of Cerber, a three-headed dog, and they have Volcanus, who's the forgeron, the god who's been crippled by Zeus. The brother of is one of the Olympian gods originally, and there's all kinds of divinity that are being expressed through all those little planets and energies. So I hope you did enjoy this message. I hope you can find the way to relate it in your life, so that it may increase your connection to your spiritual self, and work with those energies as they come to you, and without trying to condition it too much, to allow them to just to work through you, and you learn from that and you grow from there. Well, I'm going to finish with a little song. It's not easy to sing a cappella. It's a song of Jimi Hendrix, and I did a little tiny bit the other day, but I wanted to do it again. I'm going to try it. Goes like this. Angel came down from heaven yesterday. She stayed with me just long enough to rescue me. And she told me a story yesterday about the love between the moon and the deep blue sea. And when it was time to go, she spread her wing high over me. And she said, I shall return tomorrow. And I say, fly on, my sweet angel. Fly on through the sky. Fly on, my sweet angel. Tomorrow I will feel you by my side. And sure enough, this morning comes to me, where silver wings silhouette against the glow of a child's sunrise. And as the bluebirds and sparrows envy me, she said, I love you, little boy, and today we shall fly. She kissed me once, and the feeling so good she made me cry. And now we're flying together. And I say, fly on, my sweet angel. Fly on through the sky. Fly on, my sweet angel. Together we shall always be alive. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.